forward.
Hi, everybody. Well, we're here again now, saying hello and goodbye at the last meal, the last session of Hurricane Harvey Houston Day Camp. We wanted to get a chance to check in with all of you again and let you know how the week has gone, share some highlights, some things that we've learned, and some of our favorite moments, and some of the things that we'll be coming away from this experience with. And what's it been like for you?
Well, it's been incredible. I mean, the ability or the opportunity to work with all of the people that we've worked with, whether it's in the synagogue or the other synagogues involved, or the myriad agencies that helped us out, lots and lots of people. And I think that was the best part for me, one of my favorite parts. But the coolest thing was watching the kids have a good time. I mean, we've never done something exactly like this, and the ability to do it and have camp activities and gaga and sports and arts and all that kind of stuff. And not only that, we had alligators.
There were alligators.
There were alligators this morning, and they didn't come in off the bayou. They were actually brought here by an organization that trains alligators, and the kids got to have a good time with alligators. It was just amazing.
They learned, they had fun, they did arts and crafts, they made new friends.
Yeah.
You know, I saw the kids have been here together for barely over a week, and as kids are leaving now and checking out for the last time, kids hugging their counselors and saying goodbye and making sure that they'd stay in touch. It feels like we're at the end of a month-long session of camp.
Yeah, and in some ways it feels like that. But to the kids, the emotional bonding, I mean, it's amazing, because like camp, every day takes forever, but the week just goes by. I mean, you have that camp kind of time work.
Right.
But to watch the kids who didn't know each other a day or two ago, like arm in arm, and it's so great.
It's really fabulous. And to know that they're leaving after a day, 2 days, even up to a week of that experience, and never having been touched, impacted, upset by what they might have been seeing at home while their parents have been doing the hard work of demolition, reconstruction, rebuilding their lives, that they could just be here, be kids, have a great time, know that they were doing terrific, constructive activities with people who are great at this work, who love spending time with kids, and who love doing this work with their time.
Yeah, yep. And the volunteers, I mean, they're the people that really made it happen.
Any idea how many people came in and out of the doors to volunteer?
Well, we had 350 applications in the first 12 hours of the appeal. I would say that we had at least 400 or more, and they came from everywhere.
Right.
I mean, every synagogue, the Reform synagogues, the conservative synagogues, they came from every place. And we had BBYO kids and Nifty kids and kids from the community high school, just all kinds of kids that were here. And they were working with the adult professionals, and some of the JCC was an integral part. They were kind of a founding organization of this thing. Right. And a lot of their staff were here. Anna and Zoe brought a lot of their people. Stephanie and Emily brought a lot of Greene Family Camp people. And then there were just all of these parents that were volunteering.
Moms and dads and grandparents, members of our sisterhood helping out in the kitchen to make sure that food could get served and
prepared. 4 generations. We walked in there and we saw 4 generations. It was unbelievable. It was great. And I mean, you can't beat it. It was just, I'm sorry that that this is the context of what we're doing is so difficult. But what was incredible was watching the parents as they all came to dinner sharing their experiences. So not only are the kids able to talk with each other, but the parents have a meeting place as well.
And I think a lot of those relationships will endure past this particular context. That relationships between parents, relationships with Jews and the institutions that they call home, and the relationships between the organizations too. Partnerships that we wouldn't necessarily otherwise have had with the Jewish Federation, with the JCC, between the camps. It's really remarkable what this partnership has brought out in our community.
And let me say something about the Federation. I mean, we were going to run for 4 days with about 100, 150 kids. All of a sudden we had 100 kids on a wait list, and the Houston schools were going to stay closed. And the Federation basically said, what will it take for you to stay open and take all those kids? And they made it possible for us to extend this thing. The URJ and Greene Family Camp and the Union for Reform Judaism's Disaster Relief Fund started this whole thing out. And the Federation's ability to step in and support it really allowed us to do what the community really needed, which was take all those kids and keep going for another week.
It's a great illustration about what it means to give and what tzedakah is all about. All of those organizations at one point or another reached out to me or to you and said, what do you need?
Right.
All you have to do is say it and we'll make it happen. So there's that spirit of collaboration, cooperation, and a real interest in making lives a little bit easier for these families impacted by the flood.
Sure. It's also a good exercise in listening, because normally, traditionally, Greene Family Camp is an evacuation center. And people from Houston kind of flood up the road and they stay at camp and we hang out for a week. And this time that just wasn't going to happen. People couldn't get out, people were asked not to leave, and people didn't come. And we were really, we said, what can we do? Obviously people aren't coming to camp. What can we do in Houston? And that was an outreach to parents in Houston to see what they needed. And when we heard what they needed, that kind of gave us an idea of what we should be doing.
And then it really came together very quickly. We were glad we were able to host. It was terrific that you brought your expertise and your people. And
if I have told you before, if you hadn't said yes quickly, within an hour or two, and you didn't hold a board meeting and you didn't have a focus group, you just said yes, that's what enabled us to get this going and get it going quickly in time to be able to do it something serious.
Well, it felt really good to be able to do it. We're really glad it worked the way it did. Thank you for your hard work and for your partnership. Thank all of you for your help and your love and your support and generosity. We're really happy that we could make this happen this week. And we remember this is just the first step in a very, very long process of reconstruction, repair, and recovery. So to my Emanu friends, we'll see you around Temple. To my camp friends, we'll see you at camp. And everybody else, I hope you have a great end of the week and a Shabbat Shalom.